Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of our College has Aged Me Let's Play Minecraft series. This is episode 11, and I've already started clearing out this area already, but if you recall, in the last episode, thinking about it now, it's actually episode 12. I don't know what I'm thinking. But anyway, in the last episode, we did make a tree farm down here just so that we have all this extra wood that we can use to help decorate our base down here. And, one of the other things that I want to add in here is some lighting because it's really, these torches aren't so nice to look at. Sure, it's okay to have them up on the surface, but having them down here just on the ground like this, it does look pretty silly. So this episode, I don't want to put glowstone down just because that's a lot of glowstone, and I hate going in the nether. I don't want to be in the nether longer than I have to, unless it's, I'm in like a completely safe area. So instead, what I'm going to do is, well, let's replace these saplings. But instead, this episode, we're going to start out by creating our own pumpkin farm. And I do want to incorporate just a little bit of redstone. I don't want it to be completely automated. I want to be able to at least, um, have some part in the harvesting of the pumpkins. But there's still going to be a little redstone in the design. I've been thinking a lot recently between the episodes of what exactly I want to do in order to make it look pretty, and then as well as figure out what I want to do functionally. And I think I finally have an idea in my head. And so that's what we're going to do this episode once we clear out these trees. And I did end up collecting a lot of wood. Like I said, I have about six or seven stacks of wood right now. So I'm happy. That is a lot of wood that's going to last us for a while. But like I said, there's a lot of work that needs to be done around this room just to make it look prettier. And as you can see, I do have a lot of apples. And in fact, upstairs in the storage room, I have a lot more apples over there. So we're going to have a pumpkin farm down here. And I'm thinking about incorporating it on this level somewhere. I don't know if I want to have it down on this level just because that's where we have the rest of our other farms too. I mean, our mine, because this is where we're going to get all the diamonds from, right? So thinking about having it up on this second level here. As I put in more farms, I'm probably going to expand upward a little bit. And I already have plans of how I want to incorporate the third floor into this room. So that's a little down the road. But for now, we want to decide on where we want to have our other farm, our pumpkin farm. And I know of what I want to do on that wall, so I'm going to avoid that wall completely, and you'll find out what it's going to be later on. But how about we put it over here? So I know that, I gotta think about it. So I don't want it interfering with this setup too much. So there's at least going to be, it's probably going to be right here in that area. Although I'm thinking about it now, it's like, why is it that this wall is different? This is 3 wide, and the wall over here, I guess this wall is still 3 wide. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay. So I probably want to include it here. So let's go ahead and just start clearing out a little area in here. And basically what the function I want to have this farm be is, well, let's light this up just so you can see. I want to be able to like walk up to it, push a button, and all the melons get harvested, and then water, like in the back, will push it all the way to us. So the original design, it's kind of based off of something that I saw from another Minecrafter named Monkey Farm. He has a pretty simple design, or had a pretty simple design in his, I think it was his second world, where, like I said, he could just walk up here, and then, yeah, just kind of walk up, press a button, and it would harvest all of his melons. So that's kind of what I want to do. I also want to be able to incorporate a pulse lengthener just so that we don't really have to worry about, walking in there trying to harvest, collect all the melons and just replace everything. So let me clear out the area and I'll start laying out what I want to incorporate, and actually think about it now. I don't even have any dirt to put down the pumpkins or anything like that. So that's something that I need to work on right now. We'll set up the little pulse lengthener and everything else like that, and I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, so now we're back. So this is just the framework. Let me get rid of those saplings. But this is just the framework of what we want to achieve here. So either side we're going to place down our little saplings, or not the saplings, but the little vines. What are they called? Planting the seeds for our pumpkin. In fact, let's go ahead and get those pumpkin seeds going now, just so that we don't have to wait as long later on. But we could put the pumpkin seeds there. And basically what's going to happen is the pumpkins are going to grow on these blocks. And underneath these blocks, we're going to have extended sticky pistons, so that once we come over here and we see, oh, the pumpkins are grown, we're just going to push a button. Oop. We're going to push a button, and there's going to be pistons at the top that will push down on the pumpkins, as well as there's going to be some pistons down below that will pull back these dirt blocks here. And then there's going to be a water block in the back that'll just end up pushing all the materials toward us. So that's what we're going to be achieving, or attempting to achieve, with this design. Do I have my shovel? Good. So let's get rid of that. And let's go ahead and mine out this area below. I hear a lot of, what do you call it, lava around, so I want to be really careful. But yep, speaking of the lava, there it is. So we want to be really careful because we don't want to end up dying. Can I get that? No, it's too far. Okay, so I do just want to make sure that I don't fall in. So let's carefully jump down there. Man, that's a lot of lava. You know what? I could just use my bucket of water on it, but maybe not right now. So we do need a, let's see, dirt block, piston, and then right below that we need to have all of our redstone. So let's go ahead and clear this one out. And then we're going to clear out just the area under here, because we want to be able to feed our redstone into this. Let's do that. Let's place the rest of the cobblestone there, because that's what we're going to need there. Redstone. Is this right underneath? Yes. Okay. So what happens here is that, well, let's get out of this. Let's get out of here. Let's place a sticky piston down. Okay, and then our dirt block right there. Maybe I should have done this better. There we go. And let's clear out that. And let's put down a redstone again. So basically what happens here is when the pistons are powered, maybe it doesn't work that way. Well, that works. Dang it. Okay, I have to take a think on this again, because apparently redstone doesn't work the way I thought it did. So I will be back. Okay, so I had to just watch another video just to familiarize myself. But so apparently, Redstone does not work the way that I thought it did. But that's okay, because now we know better. So what we're going to do is we're going to run our redstone here. And then when we do power that, then it will extend all the pistons. So let's just go ahead and place all of our dirt. There we go. And then when we go down here and let's put down a torch, a redstone torch that is. And so now all these pistons will be extended. And then once we remove, or once we trigger the power, then all these pistons will end up retracting. So what we want to do is actually wire it underneath these pistons. Thinking about it now. I'll take care of that, the wiring, a little bit later. But yeah, so above here, what we want is the ability to, we want the pistons above here to push down the pumpkins so that once it's done, once it grows, when we push the button, the pistons from the top will push down the pumpkins, break them, and then the water will just be able to carry them. So, just for reference, let's go ahead and put up these. So this block will have the pumpkins. Right above there we'll have another block, and then so that means right up here we need to put our other pistons. So let's clear this out. And I keep hearing the lava, and I'm really afraid that I'm just going to end up falling in the lava, but hopefully that is not the case. Okay, so let's go ahead and power those. And then, like I said, we're going to put a block above here. I don't know what block we want yet, but we could probably put, I don't know, some sort of glowstone or maybe more pumpkins. No, that won't work. At least I don't think it'll work. Okay. So what we need to do next is basically wire up probably our button and our pulse lengthener, and then wire it up to the top here. So let me go ahead and take care of that, or figure out how I want to incorporate that into this wall. And then I can show you how we're going to incorporate it to power these pistons up here. So I will be right back. Alright, so next what we want to do is we want to create our redstone contraption that will just be able to lengthen the pulse, so that when we press this button, the pistons down here will retract, the dirt block will go down, and the blocks up here will go down and push off our pumpkins, and so the water in the back there will end up pushing it over to us over here. So what we want to do next is create, like I said, that lengthener or pulse lengthener. So what this design is based around is this hopper timer. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a hopper, basically two hoppers feeding into each other. So in order to do that, we hold down shift, and that will do that. Next, we have our redstone comparator. So if we face it out this direction, it'll be reading, it'll be detecting whether or not there's items in this hopper. And we're going to do the same over here. What we do next is put a redstone there, and we're going to put a, we're going to put down a repeater here, as well as, let's see, this will be fed into a block, I believe. Let me clear this area out. And actually, hold on a second, I have to cough. Okay. Oh, and just as I start recording, it's raining and thunder is going on up there. But I was right, so I do put a block here. And what I want to, let's see, I have a piece of redstone there. I want to have some redstone feeding into that block, as well as, I guess that's it. And also I want redstone torch. One will go there, one will go there, and let me just check on this to be sure, but one goes there and it feeds into this block here. So let's just replace that. Ooh, more lapis. Let me get all the lapis actually, just so we can hold on to it for later. We'll put down another block there, and the redstone feeds directly back into this. So what happens is, let's go ahead and put a bunch of items in here. Let's go ahead and just put 29 or so in there. So what we saw is when we put in the items in here, the items would normally feed into this other hopper and they would just kind of pass back and forth. But the reason why it's not is because we're supplying power currently using this redstone torch, which stops the items from flowing. So what happens is when we push this button, the power is fed into this block, which turns off this torch, and the items are allowed to flow back into here. So at the same time, when this torch is turned off, basically what we're doing is we're continuously powering this redstone torch, or sorry, this hopper here, so that the items, well, not continuously, but we're powering it just long enough to have the items flow over onto this side, and this comparator here reads that redstone, reads how much items are in here, or whether or not there's items in here, and then we can use that to power our pistons over here. So for example, let's just actually take out half of those. Let's go ahead and push the button, and we see the redstone torch, or the comparator, turns on, and the items are feeding out of this hopper and back into the other one, and then they're allowed to flow back in here because there's no power being supplied to this one. So now we're back to our 14 cobblestone that we had before, and there's no items in this other hopper here. And you see this comparator turned off. So what we can do is we can harness this power, and actually let's see if it is possible. Let's get rid of that. Okay, and then that. And let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, so there's not enough power being supplied because it's not reading enough of the materials. So I don't know why I didn't consider that. But what we want to do next is let's create another repeater. And I have some stuff here. So let's put down a repeater. I think that'll work. We'll see. The answer is no. So let's see what we're going to do here. Let's get rid of this block. Put another block here. Put down our repeater here. So instead, no matter what signal strength this comparator gives out, the redstone repeater will just end up supplying enough power. So let's go ahead and put a torch there so that we know that that is going to be powered. We're going to feed our redstone down here and over here. Okay, and so now the other pistons are now extended. So that's good. So if we push this now, then the power is going to be supplied using this comparator because the blocks are going to be in here. It's going to be pushing out into that torch. In fact, I don't even need that. I could just do that. Let me pick up the repeater. So watch. If we push the button, it should retract these pistons, and we should be okay. And thinking about it now, I don't want to have the redstone cut off, so let's go ahead and do that. And then let's go ahead and put down some slabs there. Okay, so when we push the button, the pistons go down, the hopper does its thing, and then power is resupplied to it. And then after the end of the timer, the pistons go back up, and then now we need to wire up the top part. So give me a second while I think on this one too, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I think I'm done with all the wiring. Let me just clear out my inventory here. And so now what I did, the power is still being supplied to the bottom pistons here. And so they're always going to be extended until we change the amount of power being supplied to it, which, I mean, from full to 0, I guess there's only two states that we can give it. And then the other way that we wanted to power up the top pistons is with this. So basically the way that the same way that this piston torch, or this torch here, works is, when we push the button, power is supplied to here, which turns off this torch. But what we want is the top pistons to be opposite of the bottom pistons. So when these bottom pistons retract, then we want this one to extend. So I inverted the signal here, and just right above here, there's a block right above our pistons here, and it'll be, I mean, what happens is it's extended, excuse me, it'll extend once power is supplied to it. So just to see it in action, if we push the button, the bottom pistons will retract and these ones will extend. So let's see that. All right, see, and then in the back we filled it up with water. And so once the blocks are pushed down, then hopefully, I mean, the thought is that that'll work out. So what we want now is basically enough pumpkins, I suppose, um, in order to see it work. Let me get rid of this. And actually, we could probably put pumpkins in the back as well once we do have enough pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns. And as you can see here, I accidentally jumped on the pumpkin, or on the little plant, and it broke. It died, and I didn't get a seed back, unfortunately. So that is done. I'm thinking that we also need to put something on the roof too. I guess let's go ahead and put more wood for now. Although we wouldn't actually be able to see it. I guess when we put down glowstone or jack-o'-lanterns, it'll get fixed, but this will be good for now. So let's go ahead and put that in, and then this one in. Cool. And I guess we want to light this area up as well. Let's put a torch there, put a torch there, and just to see it in action again, push it, the water comes down, and we're able to walk in here, or wait, actually, I guess, before these pistons retract. And then it's over here. So let's actually get some bone meal. Let's see, do I have any bones here? No. Let's get some bone meal so that we can go ahead and get these pumpkins growing again. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and pretty up this area over here as well. So I'll be back and right back with you. All right, so it took forever, but we finally collected enough pumpkin seed in order to, at least put down enough over these plots. I ran out of bone meal, but there's still more upstairs. I'm just too lazy to go get it. But we do have a couple of pumpkins now, so let's go ahead and test out our contraption. And again, just as a reminder, what this does, when we push the button, the bottom pistons pull back the dirt, which allow the water to flow. And the top pistons extend in order to push the pumpkins. So the pumpkins are pushed down a block, and when that happens, they automatically break. And so what happens here is the pumpkins break, and it should push the pumpkins to us. So I did end up extending the pulse length just a little bit longer in order to hopefully allow us to receive more or get more time to push all the pumpkins over to us. So let's go ahead and test out the function. Push the button, and there, it works out. And so we can just walk up here, collect our pumpkins. It'll retract automatically, and so we can just walk away, put it in our chest, and call it good. So there we go. Perfect. So the water is broken, and then now we're allowing it to, put down new pumpkins. And speaking of which, oh, it just broke. So, I mean, as another example, we can just walk up here, push the button, it breaks, the water pushes it to us, and it's done. I'm I'm just so happy right now. It works. So again, with the pumpkins, what we want to do is replace them kind of as glowstone and just light up this area in here. I hear a slime. Where are you? Where is it? Is it up there? Man, I hate this having these surround sound headphones because it sounds like they're everywhere. But here he is, over here in this corner. Did he destroy? I think he destroyed one of my saplings. Oh my gosh. See, I have so many slime balls now, I don't even know what I'm going to do with them all. I mean, great. It'll be great when we have those slime blocks later on. We can incorporate some slime blocks into our base. But right now, we're still in 1.7, and so we have really no use for these slime balls except for leads and sticky pistons. So either I create a lot of projects with sticky pistons, or we're just going to have a lot of slime balls for a while. And I think, having slime balls, I don't know, they're just a lot. And I don't even think they stack to, no, they do stack to 64. What am I thinking about? Maybe I was thinking about the regular piston, or regular, by regular I mean ender balls, ender pearls. Oh gosh, I've been watching too many Minecraft videos, all these Corrales videos, and I think his vocab is rubbing off on me. So we haven't gone mining in a while, and my mining pick is nearly dead. So we've got to figure out a way to get some XP. I think I'm going to do that, and then also try to repair this pick. So let's do that, and figure out what else we can do this episode. So I'll be back. Alright, so I collected a few extra levels and also got some diamonds so that we can add it on to this pickaxe here. Let's see how many levels do I need? Okay, so one brings it up to like a third health, or not health, but durability for 18 levels. 2 is 23, and then how much is one more? Oh, look, 28. Okay, so that's good for now. So now that our pickaxe is repaired, I think it's good. Oh, it's getting dark outside. So, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We did get quite a bit done. Collected a lot of pumpkins. Actually, let's go see all the pumpkins that we got, and then we can turn those into jack-o'-lanterns, and then in the next episode we can start out by placing down those jack-o'-lanterns and finishing up this tree farm. But there's also something else that I want to incorporate down here, but you'll find out what that's going to be in the next episode. Let's go ahead and harvest these pumpkins while we're here. I'm so glad that this thing works. Well, I wish that pumpkins could grow on top of ice. It would be a lot faster if the pumpkins could just slide over the ice and everything would be good. But unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So we do have almost a stack and a half of pumpkins now. We are going to need a few more in order to finish up. Where are all these slimes coming from? But we do need a couple more in order to light up each and every one of these trees, because let's see, there's 24 trees in here, and each tree would require 4. So if memory serves me right, and if I was paying attention in math class, that would be 90, 96. So that would be just about, I think we actually do have enough. Um, no, we're 2 off. We need 2 more pumpkins, and then we'll have enough for the jack-o'-lanterns. So we're going to do that once we have enough pumpkins. And then, yeah, I mean, that's going to be the end of this episode, and I'm going to do that off camera in between our episodes, as well as actually complete some mining because I haven't gone mining in quite a few days. I think it's been, I mean, in real life, it's probably been about a week and a half since I went mining. Oh, poor slime. He just drowned. He's going to kill himself. Oh, poor slime. Oh well, at least we don't hear him bouncing around anymore. Although we keep hearing him now. And now he's died. Poof. Into the smoke, into the water. Okay, well, thanks guys for watching. If you do have any feedback for me, please leave it in the comments down below. And I will gladly, I'm not sure. I'll respond if you leave something down below. Have any questions you want to ask me, do feel free to ask because I'm looking for more suggestions. I want more feedback. So thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I hope you have a wonderful day.